Tough life.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Yes, Vilas. So I think we went into
Yeah.
mundane things.
Okay.
yeah, so
It
not
was
so.
my request today, 15 minutes before closure. They have stakeholders.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, no worries.
Some preparation.
Yeah, so we will close by 9:15.
Yes.
Okay, so we will hear to your experience.
Looking at my face, what do you think?
Nothing, I think you have to tell me. Now
I,
it seems you are happy.
Actually, the moment you told that, I decided to go.
Hmm.
Questions will come from home. Why are you going? My wife always thinks that if I incline to too much spiritual, then I will not come out of that. She wants me to a family man also.
Correct.
So many questions. Luckily, I said it is my regular temple what I am going. And I have to go and I will go sit then come back. It is my long dream. Actually, that is true. I wanted to be there at 6 o'clock. They do Ganapama. That is the starting point. Okay, then she said, okay. And but my daughter supported. Hey, he should go. Why you are stopping? You are anyway not going. Let him go at least. Like that. I said, you also come, sit. Let us do meditation. So I went there. I reached 6:30, not 6. Because my starting, I thought, estimate sometimes, and I did not. It's 21 kilometers from my home. As soon as I reached, it was very homely for me, and that environment is also, they have done a lot of what you call improvement, developments. There are three security people, such a small temple. I can't even imagine security people sitting there. And very systematic. You have to go with dhoti only. That is my naturally. I went and that priest also from my native place only. Uh, so there he knew because I used to go there regularly. No, he's there since I think 7 8 years. And I said that I'm going to be here till 10 o'clock, 10:30 or something. Then he said, this is a COVID time now. We generally don't allow people to be here inside. People come and go just like that. Then I knew that no big people coming. If any people come, I thought let me come out. He said outside you can sit, no problem. But your instruction to me is that sit there and just watch, full mind, and then what you call Annamaya Kosha and all that. This is not like my traditional way of Veda book and all. No Veda book, nothing. No mobile. Mobile is switched off. Means it's in silent mode. I never wanted to touch anything. I was like my old, normal, ordinary a person kind, without having anything inside mind. I went and sat there. Good. I made some that Abhishek and all that. It is there. I have taken that also. And then I was just watching. That person started from doing that Usha Puja is there. No? Starting from there, he comes in a normal one, what you call mundu, dhoti, small, 3/4 dhoti, Kerala style. I like it that pure. His mind was also pure. Actually, he himself doing with a full of devotion. I know that. He was doing that, and I was just watching. I have done only observations, what you call mindfulness, just watching without any mantra gintra inside, nothing. Just it came to my mind that Annamaya Kosha you observe with what's happening there. I was trying to visualize that, and then some people started coming in. They will be there, all Keralates only with again fresh morning. After that, when they come, now you see that freshness. They used to come and go, but I never used to observe them much except Annamaya Kosha. I didn't hear them what they talk about their family or anything. I just and it went very peacefully throughout my. Then that 4 hours was the time given to me. Uh, but I had given that Sahasranama Archana, Nai Payasam and all that, some chit I had given. So as soon as the puja is over, what he does, he starts the puja, systematically does all tantra. Maximum is a movement of hand, eyes, and all that. And then that they will have one that water called gindi. Na? With that they go. And during that time, the process what he follows is a perfect puja process, which is anybody like it. Any moment you see, he is fully focused. You yourself feel that he is focusing there on the deity, and then he will not look at people also so much. He is fully there. So when I see that observation, there is no distraction for me because he never used to look at me also. If somebody looks at, then immediately goes to that connection. No, I'm just watching. Then there is something Usha morning puja, first day. Uh, it is starts at around 7 7:15 something, and goes till around 8:15 full. And he will decorate. He will put initially that milk, water at the morning, and then and close the door, doing all decoration. Especially when he's that lighting that lamp, no, that belakam. That is amazing. You see the jyoti all around. There is no other artificial lights. It's all natural. My observation is just observe. Whatever you see, that observe for long. That means to know, that kind of thing I did. But after every puja, what he used to say that he used to come out. He is having a shanka. He'll just that sprinkle water on all those who are there during that time. Then he will ask us to go one round. Then after round, he'll give prasadam there. He will just, from the plantain leaf, small piece. In that he'll put gandha, his own freshly made gandha and pushpam and all that. He will just from 6 inch away, he will just drop it in your hand. So I had to take, because I cannot sit there. No? I had to take and again come back in the same place. I put that my carried some thick some cushion also. And then on that I was sitting and just watching. It little bit troubled me because it was 4 hours sitting. Na? Little bit troubled me in my posture sitting. I had to change that asana. So I had to come out because of that one morning puja. Afternoon again, Madhyana puja was also there. 11 o'clock it over. And all that went so nice, so well, cool, perfect. And which I wanted also I got because of you. Otherwise, I wanted this 8 years old dream for me to go there and alone sit. Realized everything was fine. But in my mind, it was not there that I should get enlightenment now or something. It was not there. I just said that whatever it is, just observe. And went everything fine. I took prasadam home also. And next day morning, I decided to be there at 6 only because I had made that chiti for Kanakapura, 50 rupees something. And I was there 5 minutes before with my normal dhoti and all. Again, I was sitting, and he knew that I'm coming next day also. Generally, people don't come like that. No? That 2 4 hours sitting is impossible. Whomever comes, maximum 30 minutes. Then I told him that I wanted to be here. I'll be here till 10 o'clock. Okay, but people are there because of Corona and all that. Then I said, okay, in case there's any problem, no problem. I can go out and meditate, the same thing. Only thing is my place will change. Then I found Sunday little more. Many people used to come and go. Then I decided, even my legs were paining. I never wanted he feeling something bad feeling about me. If he feels that, then it is not a good meditation. Outside also something same sitting was there. I kept my this and I was sitting and doing meditation for about. I could stretch my legs much better there. I did for about say 1 hour. Again I went inside and again I sat. Only the place a little bit changed. And I was there till 10 o'clock. That means full 4 hours. During this time, one thing what I got is a peace of mind. Good. Third, it was excellent peace of mind. I cannot explain. It's beyond. Second one, what I got is that I decided if I can sit 4 hours, I can sit 4 hours like that 2 times a day. 8 hours I can manage. Now, that is my capacity. And other thing is, I was doing two things. One is observation, and I was keep observing that, and nobody was there. Temple was only that what you call deity, and nicely decorated. I was looking at that one. Guravayoor whole Guravayoor, my mind was full of Guravayoor only after that. Because once you focus for 5 minutes, then if you close, it is still there. Then I started getting some images like that. Initially, when I sat outside, not that time Guravayoor I was not looking outside. In that again, that we used to sit, that I was alone again. Then I used to get some images inside, which is what color? It is not black color. It is some other color. Something used to come. It is not Guravayoor. It is something similar. I used to see when I close my eyes, and then vanished. I was just closing, and I was in a silent mode without visualizing anything. No visualization also. I never wanted to visualize. Let it happen, whatever happens. If any thought comes, just watch that thought, it is to go. Again, blank. So maximum time I have achieved that blankness more in my mind. With that, the very positive and very cool feeling was there. Without any problem, I could do that. There was no disturbance at all for me. Then one more thing what I observed is that color is changed. It became blue, blue. Uh, I was thinking that why it is blue, because is it any Guruvayurappan or Krishna color is blue, something like that. Then after that I got like a natural color something, but I have not given any importance to that also. I said whatever comes, let it come, let it go, because I never wanted to attach with anything there. That was my idea. Anyway, mobile was off, no question. So overall, it's a very good peace of mind, and the confidence of I can do it for long, no boring, nothing. Then I can do it something similar anywhere my home also, provided I am in the top floor and doing it. So one message has come that yes, you can do it. It's the right direction. Keep doing it. Shankaracharya came so many number of times, especially the Advaitam in terms of this Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha. I have reached up to visualization inside. Sometime I used to do that. Up to Vijnanamaya Kosha and all that. Suddenly some blissful feeling is to come. Again go back. The mind never remained in one calm for long. Calm means without thought. That was not possible without thought. Because that I knew that's a natural. Our mind will always work. But awareness was there throughout. It was good feeling. And I found very comfortable. When I came home, then I felt very, very comfortable. Again, you see, after coming home, another experience. Any subject if I discuss, there can be subjects which are based on situations only we discuss, right? Family means. Can be sometimes very emotional related one. You may get angry, that kind of situations. And different situations I have seen. But my reactions to that I was not attached to that also. It's a cool was there. So, good. So, and evening I attended my natural 5 o'clock Veda class also. In the Veda class also, I am not attached to anybody. Just finish, come back. It was the Taittiriya Upanishad was Parayana was there, both the days, 1 hour each, 5 to 6.
Okay.
It was there.
Good, nice. But you missed one thing. I'd asked you to watch the breath.
That I watched.
Okay.
I have watched a number of times breath.
No, it
At
should
least
be
the count was some 100 breaths. Then mind goes away from there. See, a mind in the same place for long, that doesn't remain. Probably the instruction when you took, you asked me to watch what hand movement that happens with that priest.
No.
Whatever. That also you told me, no?
No, I never said that. I only said look at the deity and the breath.
And I did not do that. Because I was doing breath I have done it. Breath watching I have done. Maybe next time it's a refinement.
Yeah, next time
But
when
I remember you asked me to watch your hands, like your hands moving. That's it. Don't attach any meaning.
No, I never spoke about anything about.
I got that it in my mind. Just observe.
You just observe what is happening. The deity.
When I go, I can do it. Not only that, anywhere I go, I can. Breathing, I have done number of times. Every half an hour, I used to do that. And it goes to some count. Then after
No,
that,
no, you
mind
shouldn't
goes
be
on that.
counting. See, actually, what you should do. Like
Some count means some time. I have not counted 1, 2, 3 because that also I did not do.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking
Just
to you.
watching.
Now I'm talking to you. I need to watch the breath also. So when I'm not doing anything, let's say I'm just sitting silent, then I need to watch the breath, and as well as that, let's say I'm seeing the screen. I should be doing both. We
See and this together.
see that
Awareness on breath is important. That's what you're talking.
awareness on the breath is important.
I did that. But not throughout.
Okay.
Throughout was not possible for doing anything, one activity throughout. Because I need practice.
Yes. Okay, good then.
A good experience. It was not then my mind. I gave priority and tuck it happened.
Nice.
Then I decided it is possible for me to do this kind of things anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, you can do it at your home, you can do it office, wherever.
Yeah. 1 hour and all, not a problem at all. I can close my eyes and sit for 1 hour. Now, if I do this watching breath only, probably the instruction I have not taken it seriously, what you gave, not registered. But if I do that, I think
Yeah, Lata, you want to add something or say something?
Good experience. Looks to be a very good temple, and so it looks a very peaceful place. And it is good that you are able to sit for 4 hours
Yeah.
and and do it. I think next time, I guess you should follow the instructions exactly as what is being told and not deviate from it. So, but then I think first step is that you should be able to sit for 4 hours. I don't think I'll be able to sit like that for 4 hours for sure. That is a good achievement. But and anyway, I guess maybe your mind is clearing up. That's why you're also getting some visions and so on. So it's good that you don't put any attention to it. That's also good. And Vilas, I was also trying to observe my breath, which you have been telling me. Right? It's not
Mm.
continuously, but that much more than what I used to. And I feel that now I can uh, change my breath from one nostril to the other pretty easily if I want.
That's nice. That is a very good achievement.
I was doing that, so I felt okay, I could do that pretty quickly. So that's something which I wanted to share with you.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing major. The only thing is that the other realization is that breath is so intimately tied with you. It touches the core of you. You can feel it if you are observing.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know how to explain it, but that's another feeling which I got.
if you closely watch, if you will see it like a sheet of water falling on you.
Okay,
Yes, if you really see, if you are standing on a, let's say, there's a cave. In front of the cave, the water is falling, but it's not making you wet.
right.
It will be like that. So you become
Yeah.
the witness.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. While sitting, I was observing that suddenly a feel came from my leg that you have that heartbeat. Na? Heartbeat generally touch here, but in the leg, one nerve. It gave me exact feel with a very full pressure. I could experience that fully, that from heart to their connection. Very, very strong. I never had that kind of experience. It's like, I was thinking such a powerful heart I am having. That means pumping so much without any stoppage. I was focusing there also for some time. It came on its own, I don't know. Then I touched, I found that. That means sensitivity towards that increased like multifold.
Good. Nice.
Yeah, and then you observing the breath immediately, I can feel that energy moving up my spine.
Just, just Vilas, what I call.
Okay, okay.
So observing the breath is very important. I said.
Yeah, this is the
Throughout,
most important thing.
throughout.
But
Next time I can do
yes,
that.
yes.
Because this
And
time, first time now suddenly doing any one activity is like a stress.
correct,
My
correct.
first requirement was observe whatever happening with the full mind, and then practice for that 4 hours sitting. Day before yesterday, actually, I sat uh, close to till 11:30. I was there.
That's a long
It
time.
was much more than 4. But yesterday, I restricted to 4 only. Now I can bring some discipline daily basis. Daily
Mm-hmm.
basis, if I bring a discipline and focus there, it is what you call, it will become a sort of nididhyasana. During that
Right.
time, observing is one thing, and one more thing is there a requirement of having what do you call this panchakosha related meditation?
No, no. I think
No,
you focus only on one thing, but
only one.
just drop everything else. Just observe the breath,
See,
like what Vilas told. No,
So
no, do anything else. Don't look at the people around. Don't look at what the priest is, Pujari is doing. Nothing. So just look at the deity and the breath. That's all. Nothing else you should be concentrating
The
on.
diet is so nice.
No, but you
Yeah.
no, but you have concentrated more on that pujari than that deity.
No, Pujari, I have not. No, no. The place where you sit, na, you cannot see Pujari. Pujari, you see only that much, right? I think.
Correct.
Pujari is this side. But when he does this arati, only once only he does arati also. Remaining, you can see sometimes hand movement. But I was just observing, but not attaching any meaning.
Hmm.
I was looking at that. Then I was also closing my eyes. 50% of time closed eyes, 50% of time open eyes.
Okay. No, that is fine. See, the thing is, even if you close your eyes or open your eyes, closing eyes, if you do, you will get lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
reason I had asked you to open your eyes and keep on watching. You are not in a stage where you can close your eyes and sit. When you close your eyes, thoughts will
Yes,
start to
yes,
pour.
yes,
So
yes.
you lose. See, you shouldn't leave the breath. First thing.
Keep observing.
And you have to keep on observing. Even if you drop it, it's okay, but you have to come back to the
Come back.
breath.
Yes,
Come back to the
yes,
breath.
yes.
Okay. Second, you require trataka.
What is that?
Trataka means staring at something. So generally in yoga there is a thing called as tratak, meaning you stare. Normally you put a lamp and stare at it.
Ah.
After some time you can search on Google. You give tratak, TRATAK. So that will help you to bring in focus. See, the thing what you're lacking is focus. You
Yeah.
get carried away by many things.
Yeah, because I have not done that.
So the objective of going to that Guravayoor Temple is the three objective. First objective, what you should have got in the last 2 days is you should be able to see the deity talking to you, and it will talk to you. This is the first thing what will happen if you do it correctly. So you can see eyes blinking,
Yeah.
just
I
like
have almost reached that stage.
no, the almost is different. It's like saying that I almost passed.
Mm.
No, that is not the way.
Mm.
So you should be able to see just like what we are. We
Mm.
are blinking our eyes and hands and all that.
Mm.
You will be able to watch that. Okay. Then the second objective is to forget about everything except for the deity. But you are remembering everything other than the deity, meaning you are having both. So you should have. So you will get that ability to only be in the deity, not anything else. Then the third thing what you will see is you are no different than the deity. This is when Advaita starts. These three things you should get. The first is you should be able to see that there is no stone image there. It is actually a person standing. I should see irrespective of whatever alankara it is there. So you shouldn't get carried away by the alankara. You said deepa alankara. So the moment you get into that, it's gone. So he can be giving abhisheka, or he can be doing flowers, he could be doing whatever. You said he's such a devoted person. All that you should remove it. Those are all distractions. So the reason why I suggested you that Guruvaya Temple is because it came to me that if you go there, you will get. So I got these words. Send him to me. I will take care. So I have sent you to him. It's up to you what you make use of that deity. One. So you should have observed without anything, meaning adding, deleting, modifying, or whatever it is, plus watching the breath. So when you see watching breath and watching breath and watching breath, what is going to happen is you will start to see breath moving in that
Okay.
idol also. Then it opens up its eyes, closes, opens, closes, open, closes. So you will see yourself in that. So you get pratishtapana, prana pratishtapana. Then it will guide you
I got it.
whatever you should be
Very
doing.
good.
Not tips, that is the experience what you are going to get. So I was thinking that you would have got it by now.
I have
So
not followed the steps.
you are
That
not
is the-
followed,
that is
because
the-
that's the reason I was thinking, I was feeling that if you were to do it from 3 p.m. onwards until 7 p.m., you'll get lot of insights. So since you got distracted in many things, there is not much insight except for some colors. That is a very basic thing, but it's good. So two good things is that you got something, plus you were able to sit for long time. Only two benefits what you got of going there. So you missed on three of the things. That's what I can say. So you require to practice tratak. So you should, like, if you are sitting, you just keep on observing something, even on a screen. So let's say if I wait, I'll tell you what I can do.
I can keep the same screen and do the same thing. Sitting at home also.
You can do, but there it is different, because you don't have that ability right now to do that without it. What I'm trying
I
to
don't know that image is fully there in my mind.
not fully established, but
Some image is there.
image should be
Meaning may
fully
not be there.
established.
Yeah.
It should be fully, in 4 hours it gets established. That's the reason I asked you to do 4 hours. See, now if I just if I go to Guravayoor Temple and I see lot of photographs, I don't get that Krishna idol full. If you want to do it, you require a full Krishna idol, not with all that. It shouldn't have anything with decorations.
Then you morning hours is the only thing. Best time.
So that's the reason I asked you to go there.
Even morning till 11:30. And after that, they will close the door and do that.
Yeah, the decoration shouldn't be there. So in that morning, now let us say, take this. Actually, you see here.
Yes.
So this one, I should be able to watch from head to toe, toe to head, and also my head to toe and toe to head. So I should be doing.
You are asking to do me to do the prana pratishta from my prana to there.
That is the whole idea of doing it.
Got it. I got it. That day,
But if I had told you, you would have started concentrating on the prana pratishtha.
yes.
So I didn't want it. I wanted to see how.
It is at least two things practiced.
No, it is good. You see, the thing is that
watching and breath also. Both.
So, see, the thing is that let us put three things. I asked you to go, you went. It's good, because that itself can be a hindrance. That I have to go, but then you got up
No
late,
question,
or
I had interest to go.
no. That even with some family thing or something coming up, you wouldn't have been able to go. So that happened. But what I'm trying to say is that, no, let us say I were to practice this. So this is tratak. So you have to keep on concentrating on that single object, watching the breath. Then I have to close the eyes. And I close the eyes, I should be able to get all that
Picture,
image exactly the same.
And then still you are continuing to focus on your.
And now I open up the eyes and I close, then open, then close, like that. I have to keep on doing. After 45 minutes, 1 hour, it stays. So now this is not required. Then I go, if you like you are saying, they ask me to go out and sit, I'm with this DT now. Okay.
I got it.
Now when I have this mental image of this DT, whatever is happening to that DT, whatever Pujari is doing to that DT, that is visible to me in the mental eye.
The best method, what I can practice that. The people when they come and they do, and small kids crying and all that, there will be some distraction. But early morning, nobody is there, alone. next week, go there. And till he does the decoration, be there. He is also happy. If for long means, he may think that why this guy is sitting. And then come to my XUV, big vehicle, just nearby, only behind the temple, and sit. There is nobody around. Sit there and do the same
No,
thing.
you sit outside the temple.
Outside people will come, no? You will have disturbance.
No. That place where.
Inside nobody talks. Outside, na people take picture, photograph, jumping,
No,
and
why
all
you
that.
should be worried about that?
That way. Then it's okay.
No, the thing is, if you are disturbed, that means that image is not fitting.
No, respectable, all that. That way, coming to home is also same, right? Doing the same thing. You have no
No,
disturbance.
you need to have that energy. See, that energy center you require to have. Otherwise, it is going to take
That I
too much of a time.
That is the place. It goes like this. No?
Yes,
Magnetic.
that has to be there. Otherwise, you will not be able to do it at home. Meaning, when you say I want to do it at home, you should have that environment.
For me, it is there.
No, that energy should be there. Meaning, you should have
Is
done.
it possible to bring that energy to my first floor, for example? Nobody comes. My wife will go to ground floor only.
It's not a question of taking it to first floor or to second floor. You should have done it at a place, and you should be doing it all the time at that place. Then
That
your
is important.
place is important till you reach a certain distance. Then awareness will start. Otherwise, there is nothing called awareness.
Then go there, sit for that morning hours till he does the 7:15. The 6 to 7:15 be
You
there.
get 1 hour 15 minutes.
More than sufficient.
So you shouldn't close your eyes.
Yes.
You should be watching your breath.
Yes.
And you should be seeing the detail.
Do that and come and sit outside.
If you want, you come home. If you want, you now come home. Sit in your room and continue.
No, I'll manage something. Even I can do now. It is just temple is visible. The behind, there is nobody. It's a nice parking place. And my vehicle, when I sit, absolutely no issues, no disturbance.
Fine.
I will love to do that. I will practice next time.
Okay, do that. It's now 9:04.
Yes. But good tips for me.
No, that is not a tip. That is the thing what you're going to see or experience.
I will.
So then the awareness here is that you get to see everything is you.
It will be a great experience.
Right. So I sent one video. Have a look at it.
That this one, I watched it today morning. It was in the cab.
Lata, did you watch?
Till 47.
Yeah, I have seen long back when it was put
47 minutes.
Okay.
Seen this already.
Okay. So what do you feel?
Yeah, finally at that end point, all are same.
See that's the reason I was saying that the last jump is not there. It's not explained. But if you are able to get that, you're done. So it has got distorted because they started looking at what is Atma.
Correct. I think both looked at two different ways and then reached at the same point.
Yeah. So some time ago, I think when we were discussing Lata, you remember Bhat had asked me about Shunyata, and then I said
Right.
it is other way is Purnatva.
Right.
And that is what Sarva Priyananda ends.
Correct. He ends at the same point. Exactly the same point.
When yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't have that conflict in my mind.
I know you don't have, but had. So I think once he goes through that, I think it should be fine.
Now
But
my thinking is no label attaching like Dvaita, Vajista, Dvaita, or Buddhist, because we are dividing our mind. Just achieve what is required.
right.
And then the experience will tell you what it is.
Yes.
Yes,
Now,
I think
intellectually, if you
that
program
is
it like five things will remain in our mind. I was thinking I should not should not mess up all these things inside the mind. If the mind is very clear,
Correct.
take the whole thing into heart, and heart will respond to you.
that is true. And then you will enjoy all these discussions
Yeah.
and discourses at a different level.
My idea is to drop this so-called connecting with the variety of philosophies.
Yeah, I think all philosophies are, I think, oh my God, what all has been discussed and debated and written, and but the thing is so simple once you find it.
The way he was explaining about Nagarjuna and downfall, universities, Nalanda, Takshashila, and all that.
Sarva
And,
Priyananda was always fascinated by Nagarjuna's teaching.
yeah. And then he was telling one set of people came from, I think, UK and all that. They are looking at Nalanda University and so many story building, and they were telling that what is this? A big thing lost. They were just discussing. That time that Sharada Devi also visited once. He said the same people were teaching in their previous Janma, same university. They only created and they are only looking at that now. And that means Punarjanma.
Right. I think Sarva Priyananda was doing something in Harvard University.
No, he did this. He has completed his doctorate now.
Right, correct. So he has mentioned in many talks that he is doing
But
something in
what
Harvard.
he submitted paper was completely rejected because of Vedantic base.
Yes.
Second time he did some correction, that was also rejected. Third time he did a job and it is like by that problem.
No, that was accepted. Meaning to say that it shouldn't have any distortion. The moment you combine, it becomes a problem. So when I do discourses in Buddha teaching, I don't bring anything. It you shouldn't bring. Then it becomes like a which is what.
It's in gold and silver. Gold is pure gold.
No,
silver
it's
is
not
pure
like that. Especially in philosophy, is what is going to happen is you have experienced in a certain way, but then that experience is your experience. But when you go by scriptural reference, you have to go by that only, because you are referring to that one. Like if we were to talk about Viveka Chudamani, then I should be only restricting to Viveka Chudamani rather than bringing something else and saying that no, this is also is part of that. It is not part of it. Like the Panchayatana system is not part of this. Puja and rituals are not part of this. So
correct, correct.
so we shouldn't be
There is no way connection.
no connection. So you shouldn't, or I shouldn't be bringing into that just because I feel that it makes sense. I shouldn't be doing it. So anyway,
So this is what experienced by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, right? He experienced everything in its own.
no, that is what in the end he says. Even Ramakrishna has experienced emptiness, and there is the same emptiness what Buddhists call is what he said, and he has used the same word. And then he says, what is Atman? See, the thing is like this. There are two ways of doing it. One, you do from happiness, bliss, and say what it is. One, you start with sadness and reach it. You ultimately reach from bottom to top or top to bottom. The Upanishadic philosophy is from top down approach. It's not from bottoms up approach. Clear? That means it defines or tries to define what is Brahman and what is bliss, what is ultimate, and all that. And then because they believe that the bottom one can be understood, but the top one cannot be understood. This is the
No, what is in Upanishad top one? They explain.
top one is Brahman,
Okay, okay. That superiority. Yeah.
and the bottom one is the GV. So GV should know that there is something which is blissful, so it can work out. So if you tell it that this is what it is, so Upanishads are positively placed. I mean, they only talk about positivity. They don't talk about negativity. They don't talk about the aging and death and sickness and blah blah all that. What Buddha does is he goes from the other side of it, because experience shows you what? Experience shows you that you're in pain always. You have to do something. Whereas if you're blissful, then there is nothing that needs to be done. So now in these two, that is going one top down and one bottom up, there is something called eternal and non-eternal. Okay. When we look at eternalist is all Dvaita related. So there is something,
Superior.
no, there is something, and I'm also there. I need to reach there.
Yeah.
It's like saying there is a home and I need to reach home, whereas both are not true. One cannot stay without the other, but still I feel I have to go there. So this is one side of equation when you go with top down or bottom up. The second, the extreme view is there is nothing which is there, meaning annihilation or nihilism or whatever it is. So it can be called as asti nasti. So it's always exists. This always doesn't exist. So when we look at Upanishad, it doesn't talk about this always exists or that always exists. It only talks about you are that. That's all. Which is a very positive way of looking at it. Now the question comes, who is what? No, the question now is who is what? Then you should go to who am I? Then you will come to know who is what. So what will you come to know? That there is no self. There is no self which can be called as itself. Whereas what you see is a complete divine experience which has been there all the time. That's what you are going to experience. But I want to experience. That means I exist and that also exists, which is Dvaita. So even though I say I am a Advaiti, deep down I am a Dvaita because I want to experience. There's nothing like you will experience. So when you say I am experiencing it, it means you are already in Dvaita because I exist and that also exists. So how do you solve this equation? Is the question. So if you go by Vedanta way, then that is Shankaracharya Vedanta way, not the Purva Mimamsa. That is also Vedanta. But that doesn't give you the solution. It is still the Dvaita only. But the Shankaracharya's Advaita doesn't talk about God, doesn't talk about ultimate reality, doesn't talk about anything. It talks about what can be experienced. Eventually, when you say, I have experienced, what is that experience? So he gives the example of, like Shankaracharya says, that look at a gold and look at the ornaments in the gold. You can't say the gold is separated out of the ornament or the ornament is separated out of gold. You can't see an ornament without gold. But you can't see an ornament in the gold. But gold is required for ornament. In the same way, you will not find a soul in the body. You will not find a soul in the mind. You will not find a soul also. But yet, Brahman should exist. Otherwise, this doesn't exist by itself. Clear? So that is how Shankaracharya closes his statement saying that what is Brahman? Because he is coming from top down. Now, when it comes to top down, you want that bliss. So it becomes Dvaita.
You want bliss.
I want bliss, right? So who wants, if somebody asks, who wants, do you want nirvana? I will say yes. But nirvana itself is duality. I am getting nirvana. Two. I
Yes.
is one, nirvana is another one, which is duality. So what Buddha does is, he does something very nice. If people were to ask him, his soul exists? I say, if somebody will say that, that means to say that soul doesn't exist. He will say, when did I say that? If he says that, that does mean the soul doesn't exist and also exist? He doesn't say anything to that. Does it mean that the soul is one thing and the person is another thing? He doesn't say anything of that.
Silence.
Silence. Why? Because that is Brahman.
Silence is the answer for all that.
Yes. So that is Purna. So the Shunya here is that the middle, where you don't take this view or you don't take that view. If you take a view,
Oh, the middle.
the
Middle of that is the score.
the score. So ultimately, Vedanta, that is Advaita of Shankaracharya, and Buddha's teaching, they go both exactly match.
Experience is same. You cannot explain words.
So instead of doing that, what Buddha says is that come from this habitual pattern, which is unsatisfactoriness. You are, if you were satisfied in the beginning itself, then you won't have been struggling. Because you don't have satisfaction, you keep on struggling. So
Yes.
address that problem, this will go away automatically.
Like bringing light, dark is gone.
Darkness is gone. So you leave that. You leave looking at whether it is God exists or God doesn't exist, whether Atman exists or Atman doesn't exist, Brahman exists, Brahman doesn't exist, or am I existing or am not existing? Am I existing in the body? Am I existing in the mind? Am I existing in mind and body? Am I not existing in the mind at all or body at
He
all?
says finally, don't do all this using your mind. Because this is all happening in mind only.
Correct.
Kind of correct.
So
I am not accepted it.
5 minutes. No, it's still lot of time is there.
Wait.
So basically, that one doesn't help.
Yes.
So you will ultimately come to a question: Who am I? Am I in this body? Am I not in the body? Am I in the mind? Am I not in the mind? Am I in the body and in the mind, or am I not in the body and not in the mind? So this becomes debate or tarka. Instead of that, look at the unsatisfactoriness. In anything you do, if you see something, there's unsatisfactoriness. If you're hearing something, there's unsatisfactoriness. So he covers up that. But he doesn't talk anything on the soul.
Automatically.
The reason why he doesn't do it is he's going from bottoms up.
You will experience that.
You will experience that. And who is that? He'll remain silent. Now come to the top down. In the top down, Brahman cannot be defined. Because if you define Brahman, then it becomes dual again. Because I want to become that.
Yes.
So the moment I want to become that, it becomes another life. Because it's like going to a desert and saying that, I want to become that water. I want that water. I want that water. So that consistent thirst is going to be there to become something which you can never become. So in Advaita, there is no definition for Brahman. So all that not what is, Brahman alone is.
Yes. Yes.
If you say something,
It's not that.
it's not that. And then is it peace? No. Not peace. Then is it sorrow? No. Okay. Is it happiness? No. Is it bliss? No.
Beyond.
What is beyond? No. There's no beyond. You mean to say it is below this? No. You mean to say it is above this? No. You mean to say it is side of this? Nothing. That is Shunya. This is Purna. So if you go bottoms up, becomes Shunya. You go to top, bottom, it becomes Purna. It's not Shunya, it becomes Purna. So where Buddha ends and where Shankaracharya ends,
Same point.
same point. But there is a step to cross from here to here in Buddha teaching. Here you have to create your own steps. Material is there, but you have to create your own steps and you will cross. So Shankaracharya philosophy leads you to openness of what you want to choose. Buddha philosophy leads you to step by step instruction. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and you get that. Don't worry about anything else. Whoever talks, whatever he says that you are a mad guy, you are this, you are that.
Tomorrow session, then I have one question. You mentioned that you focus on your breath, watch this deity with that, and so you will reach somewhere. Next step.
No, don't ask me what is that.
Yeah, I got
Next
it. I got it. So finally, either Buddhism or Vedanta teaching or any teaching, you have to follow some steps to reach that. Correct.
Correct.
We will discuss about what is this step and what is the other step.
No, that is a different one. You are now going on a step which is through bhakti you are coming into jnana. Because in your thing,
That it is there. Bhakti is there.
in your heart, you're
Yeah.
deeply ingrained on bhakti. You're trying your best to prove that you're a Advaita, but it is not really working out. So you have to come through that. Yeah, Lata.
Yeah, yes. I am also like that, right?
Yes.
I have also bhakti in my mind.
These our mothers. They have
Bringing up.
they have put that.
Okay,
Ah,
Lata, he wanted some time, so we'll drop off now.
yeah, sure. Fine.
Okay, then. Good day. Bye.
So Lata, we have 9:30 meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
I will connect with you there.